Uh, yeah, obviously just disappointing. Disappointing. I feel like our guys prepared really well for this game. Um, we had chances to win the game, and you can't turn the ball over in games like this and expect to win. And we didn't create turnovers on defense. So, there were some critical penalties in the game that hurt us, and obviously the turnovers hurt us. You look at it and you say, we outgained them 411 to 280. And held him 122 yards passing. If you send me going in the game, that's what was going to happen. I tell you, we won the game. But again, turnovers are the most telling stat that pertain to wins and losses. Obviously, we started in a hole in this game. I don't think we started very well. We had a drive on defense early in the game. We were really discombobulated. When they scored a touchdown, they made it 17-0. And other than that, I thought we played really well defensively. I thought offense, we started slow, but we picked it up, like I said, and really did a good job moving the ball the rest of the game and outgained them. But again, it was critical turnovers that I think I guess are the story of the game. There's a room full of guys in there really hurting. Those guys put on the line for each other, and in a moment where it's not an easy thing to do. And I think it says a lot about the character of the men in that room. And with that, questions.
Coach, as you mentioned, you outgained them 400 yards to about 280, but the slow start offensively kind of really hampered you guys down. You never really got out of that hole. Can you talk to us about that slow start offensively?
Yeah, it did. We just, it was several 3-and-outs to start the game, and our defense was on the field quite a bit. And I think the drive I was talking about, you could tell we were discombobulated. We had a substitution error. It was just did not look like us. I really think other than that drive, it didn't happen. We played 30 some snaps in the first quarter, which is a lot. So, we started slow. Credit to our guys, they hung together and kept going, and we made some adjustments and started attacking them in a different way. We were just sloppy with the ball. There's too many drops, and there was too many turnovers.
That was my question. Like, what do you attribute? I mean, there was probably close to 10 drops. Obviously, the fumbles. I mean, that was a very sloppy game. What do you attribute that to? I mean, anything that you can point to?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I mean, those are guys that usually make those catches, and I don't know. I don't know. Those guys were fighting like crazy. I think sometimes you strain so hard that little things, the routine things like that, you don't execute on. But I don't have a great answer.
DJ, I know that you liked your defense play aggressive, but 7 penalties on defense, some really costly ones that, on third down stops potentially. Anything to attribute those to?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and look at them. I know some of those were close plays. I mean, the PI on Sly, I don't know. I have to go back and look at them. Our guys, they were competing and playing aggressive. We're never going to change that or stop that. We're always going to be the ones swinging. And if stuff happens, it happens. But there's a lot of great third down stops too, and the one on Xavier, the roughing the quarterback, he looked low. I thought he got blocked into him, but again, I go back and watch that. I don't know exactly how that was.
Coach, on Alabama's second touchdown, like you guys had 10 guys on the field. What kind of happened with the execution on that play?
Yeah, Kieran went down with an injury. We called timeout. He went back on the field on that play. We called the timeout, so we thought he was able to go back on the field. And they told us he couldn't, and we didn't get the sub in for him. So it was one of those deals where they pulled him off, and he didn't say anything to anyone, and they didn't say anything to anyone else either. So yeah, we had 10 on the field. Just crazy. That drive itself, there was probably more mental mistakes on that, how many plays that drive was, I think, than the rest of the game on defense.
Hey DJ. Cam's probably the best player on this team, and he fumbles at the end there. Just what did you tell him in the locker room post-game, and how were you able to pick him up post-game?
Yeah, I just told him I love him, keep his head up. Cam's a great player, done a lot of great things for this program. Obviously, in that moment he was fighting, trying to get yards, and it happened. We had to be better with our ball security for sure, but it's nothing for Cam to hang his head about, man. Cam is a great player and even better person.
DJ, with the regular season coming to an end, what are the conversation discussions been like with John Cohen and this administration about your future?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really about the players, and I mean these guys worked really hard. They put in the right amount of work to go win a game. And obviously we didn't execute well enough to do that, but it's about them. It's about those guys and the team, and all that other stuff will sort itself out.
I got two for you, quick ones, DJ. What did you think about Malcolm Simmons, the job he did tonight? And then what did you see on Alabama's fourth down final winning touchdown there?
Yeah, it was 2 fourth downs on that drive. We had them stopped on fourth down, and I mean, I don't know. It looked like we missed 4 tackles, maybe 5 on one play. I mean, just crazy. And then the fourth down on the goal line, we had that route covered. We lost our eyes on it. We had it covered, and credit to them. Their quarterback made a good play, good throw, and obviously they were both on the same drive. And it was just a critical drive in the game where it was like 2 fourth down conversions. It was penalties. It was just one of those deals where just break your back. I mean, Malcolm was phenomenal again. Malcolm is a great player. Can do a lot of things. He's very versatile, and I thought he played really well tonight, and he's made big plays for us.
DJ, you mentioned the fight in your guys tonight. If you could just talk about how the second half started, how you guys were able to kind of put yourself back into a position to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, again, coming out of the locker room, coming to the locker room at halftime, there was no panic. Everyone was just kind of like, all right, matter of fact, here's what we did well, here's what we didn't do well, here's what we got to correct. Let's go out there and do it. And I thought our guys did a great job, but we were right where we wanted to be. I mean, even with that long drive defensively, we're driving to go score and to go win the game. And I fully believe that's what we were about to do, and I think our whole team did. It's just we obviously then turned the ball over, and we were inside the red zone when that happened, and it crushes you.
Despite the record at the end of the season, this team faced a lot of adversity and continued to fight for each other, for the coaching staff, for the program. When you look back on the season as a whole, what would you say about this group of guys that you have in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, it's a special group of guys, and I'll start with Keldrick Falk because I mean he is our team leader, and you look at him in the locker room right now. I mean, he looks awful, and it is no reflection on him. He's one of the best leaders I've been around in my entire career. These guys held it together again when it was not easy to do that. And I don't have great answers because it's been different things at different times. But you see a team that fought for each other all the way till the very end when that wasn't easy, and most teams wouldn't. In a day and age where that's not really something that happens all the time. So complete credit to our guys and their leadership.
Coach, you guys put a lot of faith in Ashton Daniels. You went the extra step to preserve his red shirt. Can you talk about his performance tonight and how he kind of bounced back to get you guys back offensively in the second half? Yeah,
I thought Ashton performed really well. I mean, he did good both with his legs and his arm. He had some key conversions, throwing the ball and running it. He had some good numbers even with all the drops. I mean, there was like we talked about earlier, several drops in the game. So I think Ashton is a really good player. He's a really good leader. And I think his teammates, you see how those guys respond and play around him for him.
Yeah, DJ, you guys running back production, it seemed like it was tough for y'all to get a ground game going with those guys. How much did you think that played kind of an impact with the offense, getting off that slow start and kind of piling up the time of possession?
Yeah, I think early on it was. We had to adjust and kind of change some things in our plan, but we knew it would be tough running on them. I mean, they do a good job, and some of the quarterback run game, the +1 run game was something we knew we had to go to, and I thought again Ashton did a good job of that, and it was a slow start, but all in all, I thought they came back, and again, with the numbers we put up, it really came down to a matter of taking care of the football. It was the turnovers and the drops in some critical moments.